Hi everyone, welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. My name is Artem, and here is the news. For 686 days, Ukraine defends itself against the Russian invasion. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelenskyy visited Lithuania yesterday, reports Ukrainska Pravda. He also plans to visit Latvia and Estonia in the coming days. During the visit, Zelenskyy met the Lithuanian president, the prime minister, the speaker of the parliament Seimas, as well as representatives of political parties, media and the Ukrainian community. Lithuanian President Gitanas Nausėda at a press conference after the meeting announced a new package of military assistance to Ukraine in the amount of 200 million euros. The assistance will include, among other things, ammunition, generators and M577 armored vehicles. He also promised that Lithuanians will train Ukrainian soldiers and strengthen cooperation in the defense industry. The Lithuanian president noted that Vilnius is also forming a coalition for demanding to support Ukraine in this issue in coordination with other allies. Volodymyr Zelenskyy noted that they had agreed to jointly produce anti-drone weapons, which is a very urgent need at the front line. The president of Ukraine expressed a belief that Russia will eventually retreat from Ukraine. Quote, "We just need to keep beating it," unquote, said Zelenskyy. The Lithuanian president noted that it would be a success for the NATO summit in Washington this year if it could build on the Vilnius summit 2023 and take the next step in Ukraine's accession. He noted that while before the Vilnius summit there were still doubts about whether Ukraine would join NATO, after the summit the question of when exactly Ukraine would become a member of the alliance became relevant. Nausėda stressed that before the summit in Washington, Ukraine should focus on implementing the annual national program to show its desire to join the alliance. President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said that there are problems with the production of modern air defense systems now, and Ukraine lacks this type of equipment. According to him, since late December, there have been 500 attacks with missiles and drones. Ukraine's air defense was able to repel an average of 70% of these attacks. Zelenskyy stressed that air defense systems are Ukraine's #1 necessity. The head of state added that now a lot of attention is paid to combating drones and to drone production. He did not specify the number of unmanned aerial vehicles made in Ukraine, but assured that Kyiv is increasing production. We would really appreciate if you could rate us, ideally with 5 stars, and leave a glowing review in the app where you are listening to this podcast, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify and others. This way more people would learn about the podcast and truth about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The Ukrainian president stated that Ukraine's partners are not demanding that Kyiv freeze the war with Russia or to stop defending itself. He added that the president of the Russian Federation is not going to stop. He wants to occupy Ukraine completely. According to him, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia and Moldova may be next if Ukraine falls. Italian Defense Minister Guido Croccetto claims that he sees signals from Russia and Ukraine that it is time for diplomacy to pave the way for peace, reports European Pravda. The minister stated in parliament that Ukrainian counteroffensive of 2023 did not produce the desired result and that the military situation should be viewed realistically. According to him, the time has come for incisive diplomacy. Croccetto explained that Russia is gradually demonstrating a willingness to negotiate, while Ukraine's position, in his opinion, looks less uncompromising than before. At the same time, according to Bloomberg, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni is trying to negotiate with Hungarian leader Viktor Orban to stop delaying the decision to support Ukraine in the European Union and to improve relations with Kyiv. Yesterday evening, Russia targeted Kharkiv with missiles, reports Interfax Ukraine. For the attack, Russian forces used S-300 missiles. As a result of the shelling, the building of the hotel complex where more than 30 civilians were present at the time of the attack was damaged. Several cars also caught fire. 11 people were injured, including journalists of a Turkish publication. One 35-year-old man is in serious condition. Thank you for listening to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast. We're a commercial initiative of just 2 people and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the app, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we are getting better. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.